Greetings, everyone. This is Meraj Kidwai. I hope you all are doing wonderfully well and taking great care of yourselves. To know more about me, check vertexthesolution.com and you will find all the details about me there. Recently, I attended the exhibition in New Delhi of Didact's 15th edition in India. It was the Asia's largest exhibition and India's only exhibition, and they have conducted various workshops as well there. I would like to talk about it here in this particular video because I went there as a visitor, as a catalyst, which they labeled. It was quite an inspiring experience when you see people who are in different domains than you, working in education with technological innovations like robotics and AI, and how education is transforming and what's the future of education and the educators in the field itself. I've attended various different workshops as well. It is always good to learn various philosophies of people, what they talk about, and I think and I strongly believe in being a good listener to develop a learning ability. The more we are able to develop listening skill, we are able to grow and we are able to develop learning ability. And a lifelong learner, no matter what and where you get the information or knowledge from, you should grasp it. This makes you empowered. You learn about various different perspectives and philosophies, and along with that, most importantly, when you're working in a field of education, you're able to collaborate with people. That's, I feel, is the most important thing we must know. Collaboration brings innovation, and collaboration does improve the quality of teaching and learning as well. Along with that, I keep on talking about educational psychology and other various different topics on personality development or in education. Today, I would like to speak about a very important topic, the workshop which I've attended, and it touched me somewhere deeply. It was a workshop from Early Childhood Association, and I'm not going to talk about the technicalities of Early Childhood Association here or the policies, etc. Rather, when you find a blank slate in education, how you treat that blank slate, how do you write on that blank slate, that is the most impactful thing you do in the world. The first experience of the teacher, and then the development of the child since then, with various different strategies, modifications from both teachers, educational institutions, and parent side, develop moral reasoning, ethics, character that we talk about in that particular segment or domain. We keep on talking about technological innovations, entrepreneurship, pilot programs, so many other things around it. I think right now, what the education system needs a reinvention to introduce a subject on ethics in the school system since beginning with practical applications. Now, of course, you will talk about that we do imbibe value education through teaching them empathy, teaching them moral values, religious values, and so on. Ethics is very different from imbibing those moral values or imbibing a trait to develop in a child. And most of the traits are already developed, the personality is already developed some are, inherited. So, how can we try to, you know, improve the moral accountability and moral or ethical development psychologically and cognitively in the child? It's a very big question. Through research, there were various different researches of various different educational psychologists on this as well, published in the past, and they're still researching on this. But ethics is something, whether ethics in science, ethics in arts, ethics in business, ethics in relationships, ethics anywhere, is a vital education nowadays that has to be imbibed in education system. And how can we develop that ethical behavior when children are, in the transition stage? Because I've dealt almost all age groups. When they're in the transition stage, they somehow, or the right word to say is that consciously or unconsciously, and mostly unconsciously, they exhibit self-serving behavior because they are exploring their personality. It's still not well developed. So during those stages, a particular lesson on ethics, or if we start it quite early, will transform personality overall. So as adults, when they grow up, they don't need certain, skill set to develop of emotional intelligence, reasoning, moral reasoning in personality development sessions. Why? Because somewhere there is a gap in the education system. And ethics is not something very easy, because if you want to imbibe ethics, first of all, you have to be ethical yourself, and you have to model that behavior for a student, for a learner to pick it up. Specifically, it starts from our own homes. So it's no more a thing where ethics can only be the accountability of the parent, but it is the accountability of the society. So I think if we try to imbibe a subject of ethics, whether ethics in AI, ethics in psychology, ethics in education, and ethics in communication, it creates creates reflection overall for teachers, for parents, and for learners collaboratively. And probably we can work on a curriculum of ethics that must be inculcated in the schools and school system, both for the stakeholders and the learners as well. And let me know what do you think of it, and let me know if you've understood what I try to say, and do research about ethics. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.